Yo, what's good? It's your boy Slick, back at it again with a video of my home studio. Before we get right to it, you already know what I'm gonna say, man. Subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good shit, man. You know what I mean? For the newcomers, welcome to my channel. Subscribe, man. You won't regret it. And for the people who are watching, yo, it's good. It's about time I release another video, huh? So I've been wanting to make a video like this for a while of my home studio. I just never did it before because I never had all the stuff that I wanted. I never had the setup that I dreamed of until now. Of course, there's obviously more gear that I want to buy, but for what I have right now, everything works perfect. I don't really need much. I do want to invest into a couple of more things like mastering processors and an analog to digital converter for when it comes to mastering, because I'm pretty good at mixing and I'm pretty much mastering the techniques of mastering. So yeah, let's get started. First things first, I got my desk here. It's a replica of the output. This was custom made by a friend of mine. Shout out to Brian Us. He made this by hand. This is the only color that was ever made. So you can't really get this color anywhere else. You can go to output.com and they sell desks just like this. They give you the diagram and everything online so you can actually build your own. So I had a friend build this one for me. It's just perfect for what I use it for. Going on to the Universal Audio Apollo 8. This is my audio interface that I use, the best audio interface I ever bought. This is one of the best selling interfaces out right now. They obviously have better ones, you know, more money, but this one set you back around $2 grand. But it was definitely worth every penny. It's got 8 channels, and I got the SSL Fusion under it, hooked up to it. You know, I got the mics hooked up to it, my Rode NT1 hooked up to it. It's great. I use the UHD plugins. As you can see, I have the UHD 2 satellite, so I can run all the plugins nice and smooth. I won't run out of space or CPU or anything. The UHD satellite just pretty much takes all the load off the computer, and it allows me to use the UHD plugins with no lag, no latency, nothing, and actually works pretty good. I use the 1176 compressor, I use the 1073 Neve preamp, all the good stuff, you know, the API stuff. Everything's pretty much inboard until I can afford to get outboard gear. But moving on under the Apollo, we got the solid state logic, the SSL Fusion. When I go into the final stages of mixing, I'll add this SSL Fusion on the beat, on the vocals, and on the bass tracks themselves. You know, and then I'll do a final mix through and I'll print it out in real time. It's got a nice vintage drive on it, Violet EQ, HF compressor, and stereo image. So nice little transformer button on the bottom too. Just brings out the mix a lot better, gives it a lot more depth and color. Definitely worth buying if you want to take your mixing skills to the next level and you actually want to turn some knobs in real time. On to the PreSonus Faderport 16 production controller, man. You know, messing with the faders, messing with the volumes on each track, hi-hat, kicks, snares, all that. So I get to control everything right with my fingertips, and it feels really good. You actually feel like you're controlling music better instead of clicking with the mouse all the time. The play and stop button I use a lot, with the record button to arm stuff, to solo, to mute, you know, to add automation for delay or reverb, anything. One of the best controllers I ever got. I used to have the single Faderport controller. I ended up selling it, which I regret, but you know, this time around I ended up getting a 16 channel, and again, it feels so much better when mixing now. So I got my MacBook Pro here. This is a great computer, one of the best computers I ever had. Just enough what I need for Pro Tools and Logic, Final Cut Pro, all that good stuff, you know. I ended up getting this when I went to school at Full Sail University, and they sent this to me. You know, it was part of my tuition. It was about 2,500 bucks. Definitely worth it. Just like my Mac Mini, I use it for like storage and stuff. The Mac Mini is not too fast or anything, so I just use it for storage, as you can see. And on the side of them, you can see my my external hard drives. I got a Samsung SSD T5, 1 TB, and then I got a Lacie flash drive, and it is a 4 TB. I also got my Western Digital hard drive used for backup, anything that I need to back up or put it for storage. Anytime I need more space on my computer, I'll just put everything in the Western Digital and just keep it there, and I can pull it out whenever time I want. Onto my KRKs, my favorite monitors ever, man. I mean, obviously they have better ones. There's ones that I want to get, but they're like $3-4 grand a piece. But these, man, these were $450 a piece at the time. These are discontinued, so they don't make them no more. But the KRK VXT6s, man, I got these because, man, the first time I ever went into a studio, I seen KRKs. I don't know, I just love the way they look, and I love the way they sound. So ever since I started my studio, these were the monitors that I stuck with. On the side of them, I got the JBL's 308Ps, you know, the 8 inches, you know, just to give it a little more high end because the KRK is a little muddy on the mids. So I usually mix and master on the JBLs, but when it comes to like editing audio and stuff, I'll use the KRKs to compensate for the bass. I got my KRK 10-inch sub in the bottom here, right in the middle. Definitely a great sub, turned all the way down actually because it's very powerful. And you don't really want too much bass when you're mixing and mastering because you want things to cut through, you want all the sound to cut through, you want it to sound good. So with all the gear that I have here, you know, you learn how to use everything that you have, you know. Everything that I have I bought for a reason, you know, because I did my research and I know what these pieces of gear do. So, you know, this is the reason why I have what I have here in my studio. I got my power conditioner, it's a Furman M8DX. Right under it is another power conditioner that I bought, it's a cheaper one. But I got both of those linked, everything's plugged into that. I get nice and clean power, and just in case the electric goes out, I won't get a short, none of my gear will go bad or anything. So I got my dual monitor displays here. I use one side for the main window when I'm mixing and arranging the projects and stuff, whatever. And then the other side I'll use for the mixer. I'll open up the mixer. You know, I like the dual displays because it gives me more room to work when looking at things on the screen. I barely use the laptop screen. When I'm mixing the stuff, I'm usually using the dual displays. They're really good monitors, 24-inch monitors in HD, and they serve me well. So going on to my Komplete Kontrol S49 key. Beautiful, beautiful MIDI controller, man. I actually pre-ordered this before it even came out. I used to have another keyboard, but I sold it, and then I bought this one. This one I'll never get rid of either. You can do so much. I have the Komplete 11 sound and everything, so I can load up a whole bunch of sounds for movies, games, audio, anything for audio. There's so many sounds, over 500 gigabytes worth of sounds, and I can control it all right on my Komplete Kontrol right here. It's a great thing to have when you use native instruments, because you can literally control everything. You have complete control, like it says. For the headphones, I got my Sennheiser HD 280 Pros. I have my KRK 6400s, which they're on their way out because they're so old already. For my microphone, I got a Rode NT1, man, one of the best mics I ever bought. Definitely captures clear sound, very, very nice and crisp. Rode definitely came a long way when it comes to making mics, man. And they obviously have better ones, but this one definitely, for the budget, you're definitely getting a good mic here. And it's worth every penny, especially if you're rapping or singing, anything. You can record instruments with it and just, you get a good clean sound out of it, especially if you're using the Apollo with it. You definitely get a nice clean sound out of it. So also here I have my LG NANOCELL 4K at 120 FPS. I've been playing this on the Xbox lately, man. It's awesome TV. The only reason why I got this TV is because I got the Xbox Series X. I've been playing Call of Duty like crazy, but I ain't upgrading to a new TV anytime soon, man. This is a 2020 model, and I didn't want to spend the money, but I have it now. It's over with, and it's honestly the best thing I ever bought. Like, this whole studio I love it. Everything that I have here, I bought for a specific reason because I know what I'm working with. So pretty much this is my studio, you know what I mean? You know, I've been, like I said, I've been wanting to make a video like this for a while. You know, I just haven't because I didn't have all the gear. Like I said, there's more gear I want to get, but for what I have now, I think it deserves a video because I came a long way from having a little audio box interface and a PC laptop that barely worked. I didn't even have a keyboard. I would make beats through Music Maker. Like, I didn't have nothing, and now for me to have all this, man, it took a while. This is like, I started my studio in like 2013, and now it's 2021, so that just goes to show from what, you know, how many years went by in order for me to get what I have now. Like I said, I use everything here for a reason. Everything that I have is because I've done my research, and I know what I want when it comes to making music, so I get the gear that I want. Hope this helped you guys when it comes to, you know, checking out the gear. Anything you have questions about, any piece of gear here, just let me know. If you're trying to buy something, or if you just have any basic questions, just let me know, man. You know, don't get into debt, you know what I mean, into too much debt, but I'll be able to answer all the questions I can to the best of my knowledge. But if you like this video, like, subscribe, share, press the notification button, you know what I mean, do all that good stuff, man. You know what it is. And I'll be back with more videos. I'm working on an album right now, so it's taking a little while to release more music. But as you can see, I'm in here, I'm ready to go. But yeah, thanks for watching my video. I'll catch you on the flip side. Yo, Slick, signing out.